You ready?
Sure.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 168 of the Gaming Death Podcast. I'm your host Chris, and with me tonight we have Hollow Blade.
Hey,
What's going on,
hey,
Hollow Blade?
what up, homie?
What up, buddy?
What up, homie?
No Caleb tonight. He's out. What was his answer when we asked him what he was doing tonight? Oh, right,
Um,
the Jews.
the Jews. Yes, that was his
That was
answer.
his answer. We're gonna do a little bit of a shorter episode tonight. Um, just because it's kind of late already, and I'm tired, and I'm playing The Witcher, and I want to get back to The Witcher. But as for last week, sorry we missed an episode. My dad was rushed into ICU, and I just wasn't up for podcasting. So I apologize to everybody that was looking forward to last week's episode and didn't have one. So sorry about that. And I just want to give a shout out to all of our new YouTube subscribers. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. How many?
We've gotten 32 new YouTube subscribers.
Hey,
Hey. And people are actually commenting on our videos.
good.
Yeah. Look at
It's the
that.
pictures, right?
I think it is the picture. Did you see this week's picture yet?
No, no, I don't want to. I'm scared of touching my computer because it's been acting weird. I just formatted it and it's still acting weird. I don't know what's up with it. Um,
Are you having a power supply issue?
no, it doesn't power off or anything. It just like runs like shit.
I've been having the same problem. I think my processor's going.
I'm not 100% sure what's wrong with mine. It'll randomly freeze and shit like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day, one of these days.
For you guys at home that can see the image for this week, once Hollow sees it, he'll be quite angry.
Probably.
But so what's been going on, buddy? What you been up to?
Lots and lots and lots. Well, not even lots of Overwatch because that would be a total lie if I did say. Overwatch, a little bit of Overwatch.
Fair enough of Overwatch.
Oh God, this picture. I hate you so much.
Oh, it's a lovely picture. Speaking of Overwatch.
Where's your face?
Oh, my face isn't in this week's. Just you.
Oh, just me, eh?
Yeah, caressing that booty.
Guess I hope we don't get banned off Twitch.
We shouldn't get banned off Twitch. It's from a game.
That's not from the game, but I mean it is in the game, but it's not that exact pose thing is not in the game. Oh God.
If we get banned from Twitch, we get banned from Twitch. Whatever.
We'll rise from the
We'll
grave.
rise from the ashes yet again. So we've both been playing. I picked up Overwatch because you picked up Overwatch, and you told me it was so good.
It's great.
And I really like Overwatch.
I told you it's great.
The only problem is playing Overwatch with a pickup group and none of your friends is fucking ass.
It's yeah, it's irritating.
There's no point in playing at that point.
It's very difficult. Yeah, I mean, I think the game tries to match you. If you're going in by yourself, it'll match the other team of a bunch of solo people. Maybe a group of one or two people, like 3 or 4 people. But like for the most part, I think it tries to match you, depending on how you go searching.
Right.
The problem is you always seem to, for some reason, when you match by yourself, you always get the idiot on your team that wants to be an MLG 360 no scope. Oh my God, mom, get the camera sniper, and they don't do anything to help the team. Like some people still do not realize that this is not Call of Duty, and like sometimes you have to throw your body for the objective, or you have to switch characters. You can't sit there and use the sniper all day because it just doesn't work.
Right. That's the thing that I'm learning about people is people find a character that they really like and they play that character and that's all they play.
Yes, you can't do that in Overwatch.
No.
No,
You have
unfortunately.
to switch up, especially like with the objective stuff, especially if nobody else wants to go tank or anything like that. Having a Reinhardt at just the right time to push the objective that last little bit, even if you die, it doesn't matter
Yes.
because you still get the objective.
That's right. Yeah. So, like, you can't, like, you have to know how to play. Now, granted, when like people are been like commenting, like, "Oh, you need to learn the characters," but it's like you just have to pick the different characters. It's not like the learning curve is not very steep.
No.
Like everyone makes it sound like it's like Street Fighter, like, oh, you need to go to training mode and learn the character and learn all the little knickknacks. No, you don't. Like, You need to know how to use the character somewhat efficiently, and that's about it. And that takes 2, 3 games, maybe tops.
Right.
It's not complicated, so it's like switching characters is not like the end of the world. So it's like, let's say you're using, I don't know, oh, here, Torbjorn is a perfect example because he's got so many counters to him.
Toblerone.
Toblerone, yes. He's the guy, he builds a turret, and he's like a little dwarf. So he's extremely powerful, except he gets shut down by snipers instantly. Like he becomes useless basically.
Yep.
Once a sniper is like shooting down his turret because it's like
he's got like 6 counters though.
he's got a lot of counters. Yeah, so he's got the 2 snipers. He's got Tracer's a good counter to him. Reaper's a decent counter to him.
Winston's a really good counter to him.
Winston can counter him also. He can jump behind everyone and just go and destroy the turret. Like he's not very good, to be honest. He's doesn't need a buff, but he's not very good. The same thing with Bastion. Bastion's another character that has tons of counters that some people who refuse to switch characters will maybe think that he's overpowered. And I think as you play the game more, you learn. Like I know you've been learning a lot about the game.
The only character so far in the entire game that I have to say that's kind of overpowered is the cowboy.
Yes, McCree. Yes,
McCree.
He's getting a nerf. He's already confirmed to get another nerf.
And I'm a little upset that D.Va isn't more powerful because she makes me sad because she could be a really good character if she just had a little bit more.
And that's another thing. D.Va's getting a buff.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So McCree's getting a nerf because this character can basically insta-gib any character in the game.
Yeah, even
tanks,
tank.
squishy characters. It doesn't matter. Fast characters, slow characters. It does not matter. McCree, if he can get close to the character, he will instant kill any character in the game. And if he's kept at range, he can do decent damage. Yeah, like it's not like ass. It's like really reasonable. He can keep up with any other character in damage.
They don't need to get rid of his stun grenade, though. I think that's an integral part to the character. I think that they just need to either reduce his damage or have it be like he has to be at full clip or increase his reload time, something along those lines.
So the developers actually kind of mentioned what they kind of had in mind. So the concussion grenade that he throws was intended to be used as a defensive tool to stop people's ultis, to stop them from rushing, to stop them from bouncing around all over the place.
Okay.
Except that you can just throw the stun grenade and then just, like, he has this thing called fan something, another, where he basically just shoots all 6 bullets in his revolver instantly, and it kills any character but a tank, but then he can roll, and that instantly reloads his gun, and then he can do it again, which then kills any tank in the game, which is fucking stupid. No one has really any defense against this tactic at all. Like, there's a few characters that might be able to try to bait it, but then it's like just a guess. And if you
fuck up, you're dead.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you're dead. While he has no risk of fucking up, really. So like Tracer could teleport backwards and get him to throw it, and then once he throws it, you can kind of just fight him somewhat normally. Reaper can just go invincible. He do his little teleport, not teleport, but the one where he kind of turns into space.
The little specter.
Dust. Yeah. And like you can bait it up, but then again, like he throws it. Oh, missed. All right. Well, I'm just gonna walk up to the Reaper and then do it as soon as he becomes material again and kill him. So it doesn't matter. Like, he has no counters. He has nothing. He's just overpowered. D.Va is a character that's okay, but she has like a lot of problems dealing damage, and she's not really like a tank. She ends up like without the mech most of the time.
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do with her, to be completely honest. I think what she needs is a slight range buff, because the problem with D.Va is when she wants to be really close, but when she starts shooting, people can literally just walk away from her, and you have to stop shooting, and that's kind of a problem.
D.Va's one of the characters I play a lot. I
noticed that. Yeah, she's cool, and she has the potential to be good, and she has like these cannons that can infinitely shoot. But because of her movement reduction, which I think is fine, I just think she needs slightly more range to deal more damage, because it feels like she hits like a wet kitten.
She hits like a wet kitten, and her shield's the worst out of all of them. But what she lacks in both of those aspects is her mobility is disgusting.
it's good until she starts shooting,
Right.
and it becomes non-existent, and then her damage is also basically non-existent after. Like I've had times where D.Va was above us shooting us, and I was just like, "Oh, there's a never mind, forget it. Just it's fine, it's fine. Just keep moving, ignore the tickles."
Yeah, she's not a character that you really have to worry about
Our
unless she's on foot, because when she's on foot, I feel like her handgun deals more
deals
damage
more
than the
damage,
fucking
yeah.
mech does.
Yeah, but she's stupid squishy and she has no tricks or anything like that, and that's fine. But her mech needs to have a little bit more something, a little bit more for something, because it feels like it just doesn't do anything. It's like whenever I see a D.Va, I'm like, oh, nice, I'm going to build my ultimeter now. That's what it is. Like it's just it doesn't do anything. I mean, I've been killed by D.Va before, but it's like I have to really fuck up. Like, oh no, she pinned me in a corner or something. I can't get out. So she can shoot me for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. She has to shoot you for literally like 5 minutes.
It's bad. It's bad. She needs a slight buff. I mean, other than that, though, the game is actually honestly, fairly well balanced if all things considered. Like you just counter pick, and then the other team's counter picking. You're just switching characters, and then as you're going through the map, different areas of the map are better for certain characters. It's really fun.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like learning the characters that you want to play depending on the map is a huge thing. So like a lot of times when I go into pugs, I get like a team where I've got like 2 tracers and 2 reavers, and there's one other person that's like they're gonna be Reinhardt. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a healer. So maybe me and the Reinhardt can put like Mercy normally. So maybe me and the Reinhardt can push the objectives while the other 4 people go COD on this game. And that never works out. But
well, see, the thing is, if you're playing healer, don't follow the tank, because the tank should not be taking damage, because like assuming the tank's Reinhardt, because he has a shield that does that for him.
Right.
Everyone else, however, is getting shot at, so those are the people you need to be healing and buffing.
Right. Well, that a lot of times what I try to do is I try to buff. I buff the tracers a lot of the times in that situation, and when the tank starts to take damage, then I run over and I heal the tank up. Because when you have 2 tracers, 2 reavers, a Mercy, and a Reinhardt, that Reinhardt shield isn't going to last very long.
Especially I guess because he's walking in. I mean, it depends. Yeah, everything. This is the cool thing about the game, is that there's no end strategy. Like it feels like everything's so open. Like you could play Mercy one way and you could play her another way, and it, depending on how the other team deals with it, it will work.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Like I've been seeing lists like, oh, the best characters in the game, oh, the worst characters in the game, and I'm like, there's no best and worst characters for this game.
There are certain characters that are significantly better.
Right, there are characters that are better, but there's like 6 of them.
I mean, I'd say like, so we're playing on console. So the thing with this game is that console and PC behave very different. Where Pharah on console might be, she's okay, she's good, but like she's easy to shoot down while she's flying around. On console, she's actually really different. I don't know if you guys have ever played a first-person shooter with verticality, where you kind of have to aim up, down, left, right. It becomes a lot harder to hit stuff. And Pharah's just that. She's actually very difficult to hit while she's flying around on console. And I think that makes her like A tier on console. Whereas on PC...
If people realize that with Pharah you need to stay vertical.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, most people who play Pharah just fly around anyways.
Yeah, that's all you do is you fly around.
Just shoot rockets.
You find a high point where they're shooting at you. You post down for a little bit. You shoot some rockets. You fly to another point.
Yeah.
I kind of play her like a sniper.
Yeah, and like on console she's really good, and on PC she's good. Right. Like there's a difference. Tracer on PC is considered, I think, B tier.
Okay. In
the competitive scene, whereas on console, I would say Tracer is at least A tier, because she's nigh impossible to kill if you use her properly. Like I had played against Tracers. They went like double Tracer on defense, and we couldn't get in because the Tracers were constantly hitting us, and we just could not hit them because she just teleporting all over the place, moving 100 miles an hour, and with a controller, you just can't keep up with the movement speed.
No, you cannot.
So Tracer's really good. Lucio's another one who's really good, although he's really good on PC and console. But yeah, like you see, like there's the characters behave differently on console and PC. And I think that's kind of cool, I guess. But I think some characters get away with murder on console, where there's like they would get shot down instantly
Yep.
on PC. Yeah. So, but hey, the game's great. You played Junkrat too, right?
I love. He's my favorite character to play. If I get to lock in first, I will lock in as Junkrat all day, every day.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's good no matter where you are. He's good all the time, and he's super easy to play because all you have to do is just keep lobbing fucking grenades.
Yeah, he can lock down like a complete like lock down a whole area by himself just by continuously lobbing grenades and throwing down traps and stuff.
Yep.
And it'll be almost nigh impossible because he hits like a bulldozer.
And the best part about my favorite part about Junkrat is his secret little hidden mobility because he's really mobile if you know how to do it right.
Like he can rocket jump
Yeah, he
using
can
his
rocket
little
jump.
explosion
He can
thing.
rocket jump himself quite well, and a lot of people that I've seen that play Junkrat forget about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like it's very nice to be a Junkrat when I can get up to like to like a high point and have the advantage to just start raining grenades down. And I love Junkrat. He's like I said, he's probably my favorite character to play. He's the only character that I spent like the money that you earn in game to buy an outfit for because I wanted that damn Joker outfit.
I got the blue one
I got the last
out
one
of a
that I wanted.
box. Yeah, I got the whatever the blue Joker.
I got Mercy's two extreme outfits, the Valkyrie and the other one, and
Oh,
the
really?
Devil. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean that's one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the little boxes you can open because I find the rewards don't feel rewarding.
I don't like that sprays are a thing because nobody ever uses them.
Yeah, like I try to use them, but then when you get a kill cam and you use it, it doesn't load it up. So to me, it just seems like it's completely pointless. So whenever you open a box, you get like 3 sprays and like a blue something another
And a voice.
and a voice. Yeah, and it's like it just doesn't feel rewarding. Especially I don't know what level you're at right now in the game, but once you reach level 23, which is the highest amount of XP required to level.
Okay.
So once you reach level 23, the XP stays it stays the same forever.
Okay.
It to me it feels like it takes like an hour to level, maybe more even depending on how fast you can finish your games. And to me the reward of getting a box after leveling up just I don't get excited. Like in Call of Duty whenever I could open a rare box, I was excited because the odds of getting something cool were high.
Right.
Like you could get something cool even if it was just a rare, you could get a really cool skin. With this game I feel like there's not enough cool customization with these characters. Like I feel like they could have done something else because it feels like, oh look, I got 3 sprays and a voice.
Like my thing is, I wish they would have cut down on the sprays a little bit. I wish that they would have like the player icons. I think those are cool.
Yeah, I think those are
love
cool, too.
getting those. I think maybe giving us more palette swaps or even like 2 other costumes per character would have been nice.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean they're gonna add more. There's already gonna be an update in June, like apparently a pretty big one. It's gonna add a bunch of stuff, including ranked mode, competitive ranked
I
mode.
want capture the flag.
Oh, that could be cool. Yeah, like Team Fortress, right?
Yeah. I really
Yeah,
want
actually,
capture the
that would
flag.
be really freaking neat. I think that would be awesome because then that would shift the meta of what characters are used more. Symmetra would see tons of play.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like characters like Symmetra don't see any play, and she would be top tier in that for defender.
Yep.
Yeah, to actually capture the flag, it's a possibility. There's that mode. Every week they'll add a new mode
Right.
for a week. Currently, it's the 2 ninjas versing each other, so you can only pick Genji and Hanzo, which are 2 brother ninjas.
Right. It dealt with the short that they released.
Yes, so that's a mode. You just get to pick those 2, and that's it. So everyone in the game gets to pick between those 2 characters, and you do 6v6
So
on.
it's just a bunch. So it's 6 Hanzos versus 6 Hanzos.
Apparently, Genji's a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah, that's a mode. Like that's there for a week. If the Blizzard said if it turns out to be incredibly popular and work really well, they might consider actually making it into a mode that they can rotate in the maps. So that'd be kind of cool.
See, I think that Genji's only really good when the team doesn't realize that they need to switch off a Bastion.
Really?
Yeah. Because my favorite thing to do is if the team's just like holding down a position really hard with like 2 Bastions, is running with Genji and uses deflect and just kill the other team
Yeah,
with the Bastion's bullets.
with the Bastion's bullets. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
He counters Bastion so hard.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, when you see Genji do that, you have to just stop shooting. Like, people still shoot at him. Whenever I see him do that, I'm just like, oh, it's time to reload.
Yeah, but people don't do that.
People
they just
don't
keep
do
shooting
that.
at you.
Yeah, they keep shooting at him.
And you're like,
Technically, that move is absolutely useless. Like, but people keep shooting at it, so you know. Okay.
So now here's my thing. We paid $60 because we bought it on console. PC paid $40. We get all the updates and all the DLC for free.
Mm-hmm.
The PC doesn't.
Wait, what?
The PC doesn't get everything for free because they paid $40.
No, no, no. They can. They could also get the Origin.
Right, they could have, but
yeah.
Right. Now, are they going to add characters? Or are we going to get like more? Like, I don't know if you've watched any of the YouTube animated stuff. All that stuff is really good.
Yes, so that's what I was about to mention. The animated stuff is amazeballs. If you go on YouTube, type in Overwatch animated shorts, and watch these animations.
There's 4 of them right now. 3 of them.
4? Yeah, there's like almost like there's more than half an hour worth of shorts, and
yeah, they're about 10 minutes each. There's one with Winston. There's one with Tracer and Widowmaker. The newest one's with Genji and Hanzo. I think that's it right now.
No, and then there's one with with Reaper and
right.
one with Reaper, Widowmaker, Winston, and Tracer.
I haven't seen that one.
No, like I recommend anyone who's remotely interested. This will make you fall in love with the game. The characters in this game have so much personality and so much.
But I do have to argue that it's not as much personality, and the animated shorts are nowhere near as well as Valve's Meet the series that they did.
I don't know. I think you're crazy. I have like absolutely fallen in love with all the characters of this game. Like it's like
I like that it gives us a little bit into the story. I like it to like what's going on behind the scenes. Like you learn like who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. And
I kind of wish they would have done more of the shorts with all the characters, because there's some characters that I have no attachment to. Like what's her name? Zarya. She's the butch.
The butch tank.
Dyke tank lady. Yeah.
She's the butch. She's the tank lady with the beam weapon.
Yes, we just call her the Dyke because we always forget her name. I always forget her name, so we just call her the Dyke. But no, like it's a character like I have no.
The crazy Russian lady.
Yeah, like the crazy, like who is she? What does she do? Like what's her personality like? Like who does she know in the universe? And I think there's a place where you can read about this stuff, but I want to watch like an animated short so I can gain a connection with this character. Like, I love Tracer. I think Tracer is the coolest fucking character ever. Like, she's so cool. Because in every animated short, like, they make her this charming, adorable girl that's like a hero.
She's kind of doofy.
Yeah, she's kind of goofy, so she makes you giggle and stuff. And it's just like, you go like, Tracer's awesome. Like, Tracer is the shit. And the same with like Winston. Like Winston has a short with his backstory and everything. And at first, when I played the beta, I thought Winston was the stupidest character. Like, who is this big ass monkey? Why does he have a lightning beam? He's terrible. He's dumb. Why do you have glasses and everything? Like, you know, like all of that. But then you watch the animated short, and I go, Winston is the shit. I love Winston. Winston is awesome. And then when you pick Winston at the start of a game and Tracer, they always have a conversation, and it is amazing.
See, that's the stuff. See, I don't know if I'm out of line here by saying that I would watch a weekly YouTube series if they continue to do these animated shorts.
I would pay $20 to go to the movies, Canadian, and watch a full feature film of this, because I think Blizzard's animation easily rivals shit like Pixar.
Oh yeah, without a
no
doubt.
No effort. Like, I feel like Blizzard needs to put out an actual animated movie animated by their team.
But now here's my thing about this. Is the thing, you say Blizzard. This is the only Blizzard game that I've ever played that doesn't scream Blizzard to me.
It doesn't, and I think it's because it's a new IP. I think we're so used to Blizzard. Blizzard has never done a first-person shooter, right?
Right.
Blizzard, well, they tried with StarCraft Ghost, but that was like an utter failure, and it never even got released.
Yeah, it never Ghost never happened.
Yeah, Ghost never happened. That was their first attempt at making a shooter of sorts, and it wasn't even going to be first person; it was going to be a third person shooter.
Right.
They've always been known for RTSs, MMOs, action RPGs, so basically RPGs of some sort, where you're kind of controlling a character, building them up, building up an army. That's what Blizzard's been. This being a first-person shooter that is along the lines of Team Fortress is new to everyone, and sometimes I'm sitting there, and I forget that it's a Blizzard game. Like
Right?
it kind of feels like a Valve game.
It feels so much like a Valve game.
It feels like I'm playing a Valve game, and that's not a bad thing. But I guess we just need to get used to it. I think after a couple of years, we're gonna be like getting like Overwatch 2 or something.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get an Overwatch 2. This is like the hottest game, and right now it's in the top tier for like favorite game I've played this year.
It's smashing sales. It's smashing charts like on Reddit. It's like it's up to like 400,000 subscribers on their Reddit page or something like that, which is apparently the largest growth of any Reddit page ever. That's just been like a third-party Reddit page. From what I've been reading, it's honestly, the game is blowing up. Like, the game is going absolutely insane.
Now let's step off of Overwatch. Let's talk. I want to talk about another game that I made you pick up,
You made me pick up.
and you loved it, and I loved it.
Okay.
Let's talk about Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't make me pick it up. I've had this game on my radar since the day it came out, but I had my rule where I said I'm not going to buy anything until I finish. So Ratchet and Clank was actually my next game I was going to buy when I finished Digimon. Except Digimon is fucking garbage, and I never got finished it, so I just never bought it. But it was on sale. Like you told me that it was on sale, and I was like, "Oh, America, freedom sales. We don't have that here." And I went downstairs to the EB Games, and I went to pick up. What did I go to pick up? I went to pick up something, and the guy's like, "Ratchet and Clank's on sale," and I was like, "Really?" I could not avoid it. Oh, I went to pick up Valkyria Chronicles.
Okay.
And I ended up playing Ratchet and Clank because it was so fucking good.
You
You also did the same thing, right? Like, you just played through it.
Well, what happened was I bought Uncharted 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped by GameStop for something. I don't even remember what the hell I went in there for. I think I was looking at their Pop figures. Because every once in a while I go in to see what exclusive Funko Pop figures GameStop has.
Overwatch Funko Pop figures coming out soon.
Yeah, I know.
I have a bunch of them on pre-order.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, Ratchet and Clank's $30. And I was like, sold. Because I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game before this.
And that's the thing. I played Ratchet and Clank 1 on PS2, and I was never in love with it. But, oh my god, I don't know what they did with this game, but what an incredible game.
I beat Uncharted 4, and I put Ratchet and Clank in my system, and for 3 days, I played from, like, the time I got up, I went to work, I'd come home, I'd play more Ratchet and Clank. Until I beat it.
That's what I was doing, too.
And it's not a very long game. It's not an extremely hard game, but it's got charm. There's tactics. The weapons are awesome. I felt myself wanting to go out of my way to do things to get like all the devices and stuff I could.
Yep.
And I fell in love with it, and now I'm like, I want more of these. Because until I played Overwatch, Ratchet and Clank quickly became my favorite game this year.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that's my game of the year for the moment. I mean, obviously, it's a remake of a movie that was remade. Like, it's not anything new. Like, it technically is the first Ratchet and Clank game, but the gameplay
is different. The gameplay is completely different.
The gameplay is very different, because I remember playing the first Ratchet and Clank on PS2, and I didn't like it because I thought it controlled like shit.
It controls very well, but it's very different. They've added so much to it. And yeah, you hit the same like bosses and the same story beats in the same areas, so the story remains pretty much the same. But it is a remake. It is not just like an HD remaster.
No, it's a full remake. Yep.
And it looks like a fucking Pixar movie that you're playing.
It looks amazing. It really does look incredible. Like, I would just stop and just look. Now, do you wish there were more stages like the level where you get to fly around?
Yes, I
That
thought
was my
that
favorite stage.
that like Star Foxy level was really cool, and it was over way too quick.
The Star Foxy level.
Yeah,
Oh no, I'm talking. Oh, that was cool too, but I'm talking about the stage where you get to actually fly around with a jetpack.
okay, I'm talking about the. I thought you were talking about the actual flying. The jetpack level was okay. The problem I spent a lot of time there because I got all the brains.
Yeah, I did too. But see, that's the thing. I felt like that level had a lot of depth, a lot of stuff to do. Where some of like, and then you got this cool jetpack, and flying around was amazing. Like it felt so much fun and intuitive to just jetpack around, and the stage was huge. And then you go to the next stage, and I felt like all of a sudden the game was trying to restrict what like my movement, and it was trying to lock me into like a straight line and stuff
They
after
gave
giving me so much
Right,
freedom.
they gave you the jetpack, and I was like, cool. I can't wait to go back to some of the other levels and fly
And
around.
fly. And you
then you
can't.
can't. And
Yeah,
I was like, that sucks a little bit.
Yeah, that's basically my exact same train of thought. It doesn't break the game. It doesn't make the game less good. But it was something that like when I saw it, I was like, ah, come on. It was just a kind of like a little downer.
And then the only other time you get to fly is in that small area when you fight the big
final boss.
not the final boss, the before the final boss.
Before the final boss, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little area, yeah. Now, did you find that there was a sharp difficulty spike at the very end?
No.
Like just the final boss? Because I
Nope.
struggle with the final boss.
I destroyed the final boss with the rhino.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't have the rhino yet.
Yeah.
I got the rhino shortly after.
I
'Cause
destroyed the final boss with the rhino.
I didn't bother going around farming just to get it. Like, because I didn't get all the what do you need for them? The cards.
Yeah, I ran into like most of them, and I had to look up where the last one was, and it was right before you fought the final boss. And then I was like, all right, I guess I'll go back and grab it.
Yeah. No, the rhino is crazy overpowered.
Yeah, I had no problem with the boss because I had the rhino at that point.
Did you start the new game plus?
No, I did not. I jumped right back into The Witcher after.
Okay,
No, I jumped right into Overwatch.
I started the new game plus. I played just a little bit, just the first stage. But you can put it on easy,
Yeah.
and you could just go through it. It's not hard at all. Like it's
Yep.
the same thing. You basically just go through the game a second time, and you get to continue leveling up and unlocking new upgrades to your guns and stuff.
I may platinum it.
I considered it, but it's a grind. Apparently, it's a very, very, very big grind. It's not difficult. It's just grindy.
Right. That's my thing. Is like right now I'm playing The Witcher 3 again, and I don't really want. Like, I'm really in love with that game. I don't know why I put it down in the first place.
Oh, Chris, can I ask you something? Because
What's up?
I put The Witcher 3 in the other day because everyone at my work is playing it.
Right.
You and Caleb are talking about it.
Yep.
I didn't finish it either, so I was like, okay, let's get back into this game because this game is
It's
by
really
far
good.
like
Yeah.
the best game this generation
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
by miles. Like
Yeah. I got into huge fights with people in the Podcast Beyond group. Because they're saying Metal Gear Solid 5 is a better game.
okay, see that, sure, I guess, but like it's better than Bloodborne.
It is.
It's just better than everything. Like this game is near perfect. I went back to it, and I feel like Geralt controls like fucking shit. Did you not find this when you went back to it too?
It takes getting used to.
And that's what I was thinking, because I remember I was playing it, and when I first started playing the game, I was like, wow, Geralt controls really clunky.
Yeah, he's kind of clunky at first.
And then I got used to it, and then it wasn't clunky anymore.
Yep.
And now I went back to it, and I was like, fuck, this game controls horribly. But I remember it controlling well, so I know you get used to it. I was just wondering if you had the same issue.
Yeah, what I did, I died to like the first like 4 enemies I ran into when I first came back to it, and I was like, fuck. And then I started remembering how to do stuff, and then I was like taking down monsters that are 7 levels higher than I am.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that has that issue. I am gonna have to go back to it for sure. I also want to jump back into Fallout because the new DLC came out. I don't know why, but Fallout feels very difficult to play for long periods of time.
My thing with Fallout is it's a big wide world like Witcher is, but the story's not there.
the story, it's better than Fallout New Vegas, but it's still not like it's not Fallout 3 for some reason. I
Like Fallout 4 is a very good game,
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
I won't fight anybody because Fallout was like my second favorite game last year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also like The Witcher. I can sit down and play that thing for 8 hours. Whereas Fallout, I get bored and I end up like pausing the game, picking up my phone, and watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, I find I do the same thing. I feel like the reason Fallout 3 was so successful is because the way they started up the game. And everyone tells me it's not true, but I really really feel like it's true.
You because you have such a strong bond with your
Get a
character.
bond with your character, and you get because you grow up with your character, but you also grow up with your father, which is the reason you go out to the wasteland in Fallout 3. So the goal and the reason why you're out there is much stronger than both like New Vegas. I think is like the worst setup. Like it's like this guy just walks up to you, shoots you in the mouth, and you need to go get revenge. Like who is this guy? I would never go out to fight someone who just murdered me and I somehow luckily survived. Like, I would just be like, okay, I'm just not getting involved with that. That's that.
I think my biggest problem right now with Fallout 4 and the story is they don't leave anything to the imagination. I can see the curves coming a million miles away.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like really, and there's so many different factions. Like there's a ton of factions in The Witcher, but there's a ton of factions in Fallout, and none of them are interesting.
And none of them play any role in the story.
The Syndicate does.
I don't remember if any factions played a role in the story in Fallout 3. I think all of them did.
Yeah, the only two that really matter is the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel. Are the only two that really matter in Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point, spoilers for Fallout 4, the fucking Brotherhood like armada shows up over Boston.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's still not taking away from it, though. It's still a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's still a great game. But the story, the hooks aren't there to keep me interested for as long as I could.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
The Witcher's just good.
The Witcher's really good. Skyrim's really, like, it's really weird because Skyrim.
You guys have
really
been playing. You guys have been playing Skyrim, right? You and Don.
Yes,
on PC modded.
Yeah, like hardcore modded, like ENB, and like I think I have like 46 mods on that thing right now to make it look photorealistic.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks photorealistic.
It looks really cool.
I kind of want to mod The Witcher now to make it look better on PC.
Can your PC run The Witcher?
Yeah, my PC can definitely. I have a GTX 980.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. I bought it from PC Micro Center a week before the 1020s came out, and they had them on sale for like $160. Normally like $300.
Oh, okay. Wow, way to go.
Yeah. So I was like, I didn't have the money. I really didn't have the money, but I took it out of my savings account to buy the fucking
card
because there was no other time am I gonna see it for that cheap.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was gonna mention? I can't remember.
I don't know. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you guys for checking us out. Next week, me, Hollow, and Caleb should all be here. We're gonna be doing our E3 predictions. So make sure you check in for that. What?
Oh, well, okay, yeah, I will be here next week. Sorry, it's because I have a business meeting downtown. I won't be home Wednesday night.
Okay,
I have to sleep in a hotel for a business conference.
No worries.
But that's only Wednesday night, so I'll be here Thursday night.
Yeah.
So we're good to go.
Next Thursday, we're going to do our E3 predictions. So check that out. And then I think the week after that, I think that's the week before E3. That's when we'll do our viewer special, because we were supposed to do that 2 weeks ago, and shit went down, and we couldn't. And then last week we were going to do it, and my dad got sick. So next week is E3, and the week after that, we're going to do viewer specials. So get your emails in to podcast@gamingdeath.com. Remember, you guys can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/gamingdeath. You can follow us on Twitter, but I'm not active on it at all. That's @gamingdeath. Like us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/gamingdeathvideos and check us out there. It's quite cool. Subscribe, leave us comments. Anytime anybody writes a comment on any of our videos, I respond quite quickly. So that's always a way to get in touch with us. And Like us, review us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and we are live each and every Thursday at 9:30-ish on twitch.tv/gamingdeath. That's going to do it for tonight. I'm Chris.